Welcome back to the channel, and I'm here today with my Gretsch G5230T and the Compton replacement bridge. So if you've seen my other videos concerning this guitar and a similar Gretsch I had, you know that my biggest complaint is the rattle that comes from the stock bridge. I've had two different guitars with this exact bridge. They both did the same thing. I did another video updating this guitar with a Vibramate, which makes string changes much easier. And now I have this Compton bridge. You order these directly from Wayne Compton. You send him a PayPal payment directly. He makes these himself. It's not a big company. You can't get these at Sweetwater or Musician's Friend or Guitar Center. And they're very well regarded in the Gretsch online community, so I thought I would give this a try because it should hopefully provide a little better tone too. Not that the tone isn't already great, but as you can see, this is in this case a solid piece of aluminum, and it'll just go straight onto the post there. Be an easy replacement, intonated for 10 to 46 gauge strings. So the intonation might be off if I change string gauges, but I'm not one who tends to do that. I stick with what I like for a given guitar, and that would be 10 to 46 on this guitar. There's various options for this. I believe this was $85. I think with everything for this specific guitar, it was $90 for this, which for a well-machined piece of aluminum that fits so precisely, assuming it fits precisely, there's no reason to think it wouldn't, it should be worth it. Also, I'll note that in the ordering process, you have to give very specific measurements because it can vary from guitar to guitar. And this is, of course, an overseas made model. I believe this one's made in China, yes. And he happened to have this in the size for this specific guitar, so it should fit perfectly. You can get them in different materials, which provide a different tone. I will provide a link to his website below. So what we're going to do, we are going to take this off, put this on, get some sound samples. So let's get to work. The strings are off, and I will show you how easy this is. That's all there is to it. Okay, I'm going to go through a few sound samples back and forth. We're not doing blind sound samples today. We're just doing straight up, you'll know what you're hearing. This is the stock bridge with the bridge pickup on a clean setting on the Boss Katana. I'm going to go back and forth playing the sound samples with the stock bridge and the Compton bridge. So everything on 5 on the amp in terms of EQ. Again, this is a clean channel. Middle position. here on the Crunch channel of the Boss Katana. We're going to do the same thing, go through each pickup position, going back and forth between the stock bridge and the Compton bridge, starting off again with the stock bridge and the bridge position. Okay, so having played the guitar and heard the sound samples, I think there is not very much of a difference in the tone at all. Maybe the Compton bridge may be slightly more clarity and note definition than the stock bridge, but very slightly. It is more resonant because I can say that actually physically holding the guitar, you can feel it resonate a little better. But the biggest thing for me, no rattle. And that will lead me to play this guitar a lot more. These are great guitars, these Gretsches in like the $400 to $700 range, but they are not perfect, as I've found owning a couple of them, both with Bigsby's, again, the Vibramate, the Compton bridge. So for about $135, $150 roughly, you can turn this into a really fantastic guitar. I do think the Compton bridge is worth it. Simply for nothing else to get rid of the rattle, but it looks great, sounds great, definitely resonates. I'm very pleased with it. And just another word about these guitars. Phil McKnight always talks about how it's not so much where the guitar is made these days, but how much time is put into it, how many hands actually touch it, and for how long in the manufacturing process. I think that these Gretsch guitars, again, the Electromatics, if they just had just a little bit more time put in them, would be fantastic guitars, straight out of the box. One of these also I'm thinking of was a Streamliner, not my blue one, my gold one, if you've watched the channel. And this one, the nut, even though it looks like it's cut really well to a good depth, it requires a little bit of work in terms of getting it to stay in tune. So these are all, relatively minor things, but so I think I got this on a Christmas sale. I think this guitar is about $700 now with prices haven't gone up. So for roughly $850, this is now a killer guitar. $850 and a little bit of work on the nut, which anyone can do. Just a couple quick, and again, the Vibramate's just how that doesn't make the guitar sound better or worse. It just makes string changes easier. You might not want to go that route if you're okay wrestling with the Bigsby. I am not, if you saw my video about that. But again, just a little bit of money, a little bit of effort, these guitars go from very good to just amazing. I can't speak highly enough about, from out of the box, the sound of this guitar, its playability, just a couple of those little things, little quirks about it, but that's fixed now. I think this guitar is now in its final state, and I intend to play it a lot, just for fun and for an upcoming project I have in mind. And again, I'm really pleased with this. So again, check out the Compton bridges. They come up for a variety of guitars. Again, I'm linking to his website below. Definitely happy with the experience. He shipped it quickly. Heard from him directly, Wayne Compton directly. Great customer service, and I'm really happy with it. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on rocking.